This boy made his debut with his best friend's experienced mother. Brandon is a college boy who spends his time looking at all the girls at the university because he really needs to wet his brush and he's a pervert. A girl sees him and threatens to report him, and because he wants to stop her he ends up falling on another girl and touching her big tits. Already humiliated, he receives a call from his best friend, Anthony, who is on his way to Brandon's house because he asked him out for some beers, but when he gets to Brandon's mother she seems to like virgins. Anthony leaves the beers in his car, but decides to go back to the house where he finds Brandon's mother naked. Later Anthony arrives with the beers, although it took him a long time. Who knows why, but he says it was because of traffic. Once with the beers everyone goes to the party, but it turns out that everyone is a bit of a bitch. No one manages to even get their dick in. Brandon is doing well because he meets a girl named Alex, but by accident her breasts are exposed and Brandon, instead of telling her, he keeps looking away until one of his friends comes saying that everything is visible. She gets upset with Brandon for not telling her and for being a voyeur. Without achieving anything they return to their room, where through a hole in the wall they see their neighbor who is having all the action that they could not have. Later Anthony invites them to his house, and when they arrive he discovers that his mother, Holly, and Brandon's mother, Lori, were playing pin the tail on the donkey, all for not telling them. Neat and Ross drool like sick people, but the children are horrified. Later in private, Anthony confesses that he saw Brandon's mother naked. He apologizes to his friend, but he will never forget tremendous melons. Brandon goes out and manages to see Anthony's mother through the window, who is as God brought her into the world. She manages to see him and covers herself, but seems to like it. That very night Brandon dreams about her and has wet and sticky dreams. The next day Anthony invites Brandon to breakfast, but since he forgot his wallet they return to the house, and at a moment when Brandon is alone Holly arrives and looks at him with lust. He nervously apologizes for last night, but to shut him up she gives him a kiss. She tells him to leave his phone so she can take some pictures of her pachena and make some jackets with them. At night they all go to a bar to pick up some chicks, but since they can't do it, they go for some mature and experienced women instead. Although it goes badly, because as I had told them, they are all old women. Knowing that they will never lose their virginity they feel sad, but the power of the script sends them to some older women who want to eat all their sausage. One girl is a convict and the other is a very busty yoga instructor. He was already with all the neat until a third person arrives, who is the husband who puts the candy in him. The next day, Brandon and Anthony find out that their friends are no longer virgins, but they are not. Anthony asks him about the girl who sends him photos to his cell phone, without knowing that she is his mother. Brandon was going to confess, but they are interrupted because Anthony is called for classes, and when he leaves we see that there is a mysterious woman who seems to be spying on them. Brandon only starts recording a video with his camera, but then there is a knock on the door and it turns out that Holly, Anthony's mother, arrives. There she apologizes for having kissed him and tells him to leave everything behind, but she leaves the stuffed bun behind for Holly, screwing Tokyo. The noise interrupts the neighbor who was also doing his thing. He peeks through the hole in the wall and then Brandon drops all the milk on his face so as not to end up on Holly. When they finish, they hear someone trying to open the door. It's Anthony, but they hide very well. Anthony sees the computer and sees that Brandon's camera recorded the whole delicious thing, but because of the angle, it's not possible to see that it's his mother, and he begins to milk the one-eyed cyclops while his mother watches him. Later, Brandon runs into Alex and apologizes to her for seeing her lemons and proceeds to cover her chest as he should have done on that occasion. At night, everyone goes out to party to try to flirt, but Brandon goes with Anthony's mother. This causes so much deliciousness to separate him from his friends, and the one who is most affected is Anthony because he feels like he's losing his friend to a girl he doesn't even know, but it seems that Brandon is already falling in love and spends more time with Holly. For his part, Anthony listens to Neat and Ross about going with a mature woman, and his efforts are rewarded by losing his virginity. The next day, Anthony invites Brandon to dinner because his father is coming. He gets nervous, but agrees to go. During dinner Anthony announces that Brandon is dating a girl with huge tits, but he hasn't introduced her to him yet. Brandon then feels a foot touching him, which turns out to be the father's, who likes rice with straws, and then the mother also wants to put her hand on him. Anthony interrupts them and asks his parents to stop arguing. As they were leaving, Anthony receives a message from Neat asking for help, so he won't be able to take Brandon, to which the father offers to do it. As soon as they are left alone, the man immediately wants to pull down his pants, but Brandon stops him. Then he changes by asking him how long he has been doing it with his ex-wife, and Brandon recognizes him. He only asks him to think about it for the sake of his friendship with Anthony. For his part, Neat's urgency was for him to stop because he was giving himself to his professor's wife and Anthony is going to distract him so Neat can leave. The next day, Neat and Ross want to organize a party to bring all the older ladies thirsty for delicious food so they can meet other guys from the university and leave them alone because they already feel dry. The party will be at Anthony's house and they put up party announcements at the university. Coincidentally, the one who is there is Alex, who tells him that he will go to the party, so Brandon will be joined by the herd. So he goes to Holly to tell her that they should break up, but she refuses to let him go because she has a huge gun. At the party, Brandon wants to be with Alex, but when Holly calls him, he goes with her to take him to her room to make him delicious, but Anthony walks in and discovers them. She hits him and asks for an explanation, to which he only asks for forgiveness. Obviously, he doesn't accept the apologies and they even end up fighting in the pool. Now calmer, the two apologize, Brandon for making him delicious to Holly and Anthony for having done it to Lori, Brandon's mother. That's right, that day he saw her naked, he f***ed her and gave her something to take away. Now they're even and that strengthens the friendship. They solve the problem and then Holly accepts that there is no future with Brandon, so they decide to leave each other, and well, it was good while it lasted. Summer vacation begins and everyone goes their own way. Brandon stays at a boarding school and it turns out that Alex does too, so she will make him delicious for the whole vacation and a happy ending for him.